Happy Wednesday the 19th. Yes, I am starting to film this a day early. If you're new here, my name is Alicia, and this is the Fanciful Flamingo flosstube channel. And if you're coming back, welcome. Sorry, had a little thing there. I know I was out last week and I didn't say anything the week before, but I am back home again, bittersweet. And thank you. I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody who messaged me that I had been a little quiet on social media lately and was worried about me. I did take Easter week off of most social media to really get into the Word and kind of do a reset. And it honestly was nice to take a step back and just spend time with my family and spend time in the Word and reflecting on what Easter week means to us and stitching. And then last week, I spent another week out in Utah with my family, Emily and Lindsay and Katie and Nettie, and my new family, Callista. So, and then I also got to meet Emily Call and Emmy, the mission stitcher. So it was another fabulous week. Again, filled my cup. We just had a great time. We worked a lot. We laughed a lot. We stitched a little. I drank a lot of swig, a lot of perk. And here I am back again. Back a little bit later than I planned because, as most of you may know, saw on the news, Fort Lauderdale got an epic amount of rain. 20 inches fell in a very short period of time last week. We did have my family did not, but the Fort Lauderdale area did have quite a bit of damage, and a good friend of mine's apartment was completely flooded, and she has been rehomed with her dogs while she figures out what her next step is. But again, thank you guys so much for all the sweet messages. You guys know that I just couldn't do life without all of you, and you guys make me feel so special, and it is so greatly appreciated. For those of you that are new and are wondering who the heck I am and why I'm babbling, again, this is a channel primarily about cross stitch, but I do throw in life, prayers, praise, and fish tank updates. So let me get to the fish tank updates. We did have another passing while I was gone, but I think this one was expected. But while I was gone, they did manage to get the nitrite and the nitrate levels good. And we went yesterday because we thought we were going to add some new fish. And Gavin had wanted to add some shrimp. And we went to a new aquarium store that they had visited while I was gone, and they really liked it. And we found these, itty bitty teeny weeny polka dotted shrimp. They were white with black polka dots and orange with black polka dots and blue with white polka dots. And they were just so stinking cute. And we were ready to buy them. And then the shop owner asked us what other fish we had in the tank, and then let us know that our golden dojo is piranha-ish. Kind of really beginning to wonder what happened to the other fish. And unless we just had money to throw away and wanted to buy him $5 a piece snacks, we probably shouldn't get those little shrimp. So we left a little downtrodden because we really liked those shrimp. But he also really likes the golden dojo. So we got to figure out what we're going to add next. But check the box on the aquarium update. Oh, they did get 2 snails while I was gone. So the algae that was kind of forming on the glass, we've cut down how much time the aquarium light is on, and then the snails have washed up all of the other algae, and the fish tank looks spotless. So I'm actually thinking of investing in snails to clean my windows. Don't judge. So fish tank update, life update, prayer. Kathy and Molly, good friends, and Kathy has finally had her knee surgery last week. And from what I have read, the surgery went really well. She's still recuperating, so not at a point where she really feels comfortable stitching, because we all know that Kathy does very intricate sampler stitching. But praise be to God that her surgery went well, and now she is on the recuperating side of her knee surgery. My friend, who we have been praying for weeks for her grandson, who was getting ready for open heart surgery, she has posted. I try, when people ask me for prayer requests, to honor their privacy, but it is Holly Neal of Hobbies of Holly and her grandson Graham. I don't know if you guys have seen, but a lot of us were posting this week. He did have his surgery yesterday, and he came through the surgery very, very well. So that is absolutely wonderful, praiseworthy news. But let us continue to pray hard for his recuperation, because this will be the long road, and it's hard on us mamas. I say it all the time when our kids are sick, but it's hard on us mamas to see our babies like that. So we want to keep Holly and her daughter and all of their family, and especially sweet, sweet Graham, in our prayers. But you know what? Big hurdle. God had it in his hands. He guided the surgeon's hands, and we are well on our way. So that is wonderful news as well. Another friend of mine's daughter got her mission letter, and she is so excited. She starts her 18-month mission trip in July. My friend was able to be with her daughter at college. She went to see her for her to open her letter, and she will be stateside. I'm not going to say where, but she will be stateside. So let's keep that family in our prayers as well. That is a praise as well. Anytime a young adult feels the calling and wants to go spread the word and the message, that is just praise, 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 praise. And I keep hitting the desk. Sorry. I would like to ask you guys to pray for my sweet city of Fort Lauderdale. Like I said, it was hit hard. The gas lines every day are still hours long because the pumps at the port, some of them were damaged. So we are not able to get gas to the stations. My sweet husband got up Monday morning at 4 in the morning to try to find a station that had just received a tanker, and he did for myself. So I have a full tank of gas, and I don't go a lot of places, but I'm also being very diligent this week. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby or anything. Just taking my son to school and then going back and picking him up in the afternoons. A tank of gas for me usually can last me about 2 weeks if I don't, go to the cross-stitch cupboard or anything. So I am trying to be conscious of that and not drive around too much so that the gas can last us until all of our stations are back up and running. So I would like to ask you to keep those families who were affected by the waters in your prayers. So, and thank you guys so much for letting me have this moment that is that brings such joy to my heart. But you guys are always so sweet and encouraging in your messages to me about this segment, and I so greatly appreciate it. And I do want to talk a minute because myself and Christy, Java Girl Stitches, and Jess, Como Stitches, have started a new Facebook group, and we are the Sabbath Day Stitchers. And I will put that information on the bottom, and I will put a link. But everybody is invited. All faiths, all beliefs. It is just a place to get together, to share our stitching. If we have prayers and encouragement. And it is just taking off. And so thank you guys so much for being so receptive to that. And thank you to Christy and Jess, who said yes when I asked them to do this with me, and I couldn't imagine doing it with anyone else but them. So this is a cross-stitching channel, I promise. Let's get to it. I don't have a ton of stitching for being gone for 2 weeks because I did travel last week, but I did get to stitch every night last week with Nettie. I did. And it was fabulous. And her sweet beau, John, was just so patient while we jibber jabbered over on top of him watching baseball or basketball, or we did watch the Andy Griffith Show. We watched the Beverly Hillbillies. We watched Green Acres. We had an amazing, amazing time. They were amazing hosts to me, and I so appreciate it. So I did get some stitching done last week. But I finished this one. And hold on a minute, because I took it over to the sewing machine thinking I was going to finish it today. Sorry about that. I had thought that maybe I would start filming tomorrow, so I was going to try to finish this up. But before I left, I had worked on my flags on the 4th, and I had done the Wee Ones flag by Heart and Hand, and I finished it. And I actually subbed out, I know I told you it was my first conversion, really red, white, and blue, but I used Coloring Cotton, Pearl White, the blue is Chimney Sweep, and the red is Dutch Tulip. And this is what it looks like. I did not have the button. I had just bought the card. So I am going to try to find a button to put there. But I was going to make it into a pillow, and I have pulled, these two fabrics came out of 2 different bundles from Joann's. So my thought is, since I didn't get to do it and show y'all, I'm going to try to do this one. What do y'all think? On the side. And then this one on the bottom and the back. And then just do the pillow. I am trying my phone again. The last couple times I haven't liked the quality of the picture on the iPad, so I'm trying my phone again. Who knows? I got so out of camera last time with a big old screen. I don't know how I'm going to get my big fat booty in this screen. But anyway, so I do have an FO, but not an FFO. I have no FFOs. Y'all have seen this and seen it and seen it. This is my daughter's sampler that I started January 8th for her birthday, and I have been working on the 7th and 8th of every month because she had the nerve to send me into labor for 2 whole days before she decided to show up. And I am almost done. I really thought I was going to get this done, and I did post a picture of me working on this at the airport in Vegas. I thought I was going to get it done on the flight because I did the red eye. So I left Vegas at 10 o'clock at night and got to Fort Lauderdale at 5 in the morning. But I did not finish it. So I have its numbers right here. And then, hold on. This is from Little Robin Designs. And it is a sampler of St. Ives. And again, I have showed it and showed it and showed it. So I have just this row of numbers left. And I am replacing that with her name. So I've just got this little bit and this little bit here to do. But I have some plans, and I will share them with you. And so that's why I'm probably not going to finish it this month. But here it is. It is done with Hunter from Week Style Works, and it took 2 skeins. Not quite 2 skeins, but almost. So she's almost done. She is. So I worked on her while I was out there. And then I was going to start this on Easter Day and make it my Sabbath day stitch. But then since I took the week off, I decided to work on this the entire Easter week. And I started This I Know by Plum Street Samplers, which was a market release this year. So this is what I have done. And I'm using all the called for colors, and I did coffee dye the DMCs, and I followed Paulette's instructions, and it worked like a charm, and I love it. So I did this on my way out to Utah this time. I had a layover in Dallas. So I finished up the leaves, and I had outlined the house, and started filled in the door. I don't know if y'all remember from my last video, but I had started this 1/1, and this is 18 Count Renaissance by Color and Cotton. I didn't like the coverage. I like full coverage. So I decided to keep the words in 1/1. And I'm going to keep all of these little symbols in 1/1. And I'm going to keep the insides of the windows with 1/1. Because I kind of like that they're a little bit see-through-y. But everything else I changed to 2/1. And I just have to go back and do this with another strand, and it'll match that. So I do like the way it's looking. I do like the difference in the shading. So this is what I have on Jesus Loves Me. This is a hard one to put down, let me tell you. But this is going to be my Sabbath day stitching. So I took that and I worked on that a little bit. But really what I worked on at night was my Americana Red. And this is actually going to be the size of mine because I am stopping with the barn. And I don't have my picture, I apologize. I am not going to do the alphabet and the motifs on the bottom because I really like the sewing motifs. And so I have gotten to the bottom and I cut the rest of my fabric off so I could see. But this is the size of mine, and I'm doing it on a 20 count soft taupe. And I'm doing 2/1. Again, I really, really like the fullness. And I am using Cherry Cobbler by Classic Colorworks. And I am doing a thread a day. A full length of, obviously 2 of them together, but 1 full length of thread a day. And I am, I think, on my 3rd week. So, but I am proud of my progress, and I am proud of doing a thread a day. And it's manageable, and I like it, and I really, really enjoy the pace. It's not a race, and sometimes I race through just to get it done. And I think I'm missing the point of cross stitching. I'm just trying to get it done and get to the next one and get it done and get it to the next one. Because let's face it, I have a lot of patterns. I know, right? That shocked y'all. My poor husband came in here into my debacle last night to hang a new clock up on my wall because my last one literally fell off the wall. It was a little IKEA $4 clock, but it like jumped off the wall one day and unalived itself in little pieces all over the floor. So I had bought a new clock at Hobby Lobby, and he came in here last night to hang it, and he walked in here and he's like, is this a craft room or a craft store? I was like, get out. Get out. And he did, shaking his head. And he should. He should. It is a hot mess. I understand that I am one of the admins on Stitch Your Stash. It's all in my stash now. And then, right? Once we bring it home, it's stash. I was going to tell y'all that I have just gone slap dang happy buying. And really, going out to hang out with my friends doesn't help because there's a whole shop of patterns, and then I have to have things I didn't even know I had to have. But it really has gotten foolish, and so I was telling myself that I was going to go on a buying freeze. I was just going to go on a buying freeze. I didn't need any patterns before market. I really don't need any more patterns now. But y'all, who was I watching? Well, I was watching Contented Needlework Kim, and I was watching Annie, the Proper Stitcher. So I knew I needed Eliza's Pink Birds before, but I really need them now. And then I was watching Dina, the Disorderly Stitcher, and she had a whole bunch of patterns that I want. And then I was watching Fat Quarter Shop today. So I'm almost out of my breeches, my bloomers, because I've had to set so many of them on fire for being a liar. So, I mean, I'm going to have to do an Amazon order soon for more bloomers if I keep this up. So I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to buy any more. I'm going to try not to buy anything else for a while. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then, getting back to my stitching, I am hosting the Sambry Spring Sal, and that is Becca Murphy Sambry Stitches, her original design, Spring at Autumn Hill Place. And I had broken it down, and sorry, I just got this out of the hoop because I've been stitching on this today, so this one's not ironed, and I apologize. I had done the middle section the first week, and the second week I was going to do the 2 flower pot motifs. But as you can see, I still need to finish this side and do that side. So I'm behind, and this is week 3, and week 3 was going to be the house. So I got a little bit of catching up to do on the sal that I am hosting. But I love it. And this is some dyed by me, and I named it Misty Gray because I'm so fancy. 20 count, and I'm doing 1/1. This is meant to be like a 5x7, but I want to do this as a dough bowl pillow, and it's going to be the centerpiece of my spring dough bowl. And then I am going to take like the beehive and some bees and make another little pillow, and the snail and make a pillow, and the flower pots and make them all little motif pillows to go around it. So that's what I chose to do it just a little bit smaller so that I could have just a whole dough bowl vignette from her one sampler. I love that snail. I wonder if he'd wash my windows. Don't judge, people. Don't judge. Y'all, I'm going off without a script this week. I don't even have notes. That is dangerous. So, moving right along, didn't have an FFO. I showed you my FO. I've shown you my whips. I don't have any new starts this week because I am waiting for May. I am 99.235%. Just want to sound smart. Sure that I am going to do Mania. I don't know. I know. Y'all take a deep breath. But I'm going to do 15 whips, which is what I have. 15 whips and 15 new starts. And before y'all stop yelling at me through the monitor, because as y'all remember, I did the 12 days of Christmas from Christmas to New Year. And part of what I did was start some prairie schooler ornaments that I wanted to do throughout the year. And I stitched an hour on those so that they would be ready. And it has been so helpful when that month has come up to do them. So of those 15 new starts, four of them are going to be the prairie schoolers. The other 4 that I picked out for the month. So 4 down out of 15. So that's already 11. Y'all, I was going to say 9. Math is hard. So that's already 4 of them right there. And then Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, is going to start Raindrop Kisses on Mother's Day. So there's another one right there. So now what am I down to? 10. And y'all know I do seasonal stitching throughout the month because, again, I have not a bit of sense in my head. So what I pick out for like my Halloween stitch and my Valentine's Day stitch and my St. Patty's Day stitch and my stitches of the stitches of the stitches are going to count towards that. So it's really not as bad as y'all might think. But it'll make me work on my whips one day out of the month. And so that's why I think I could finish like Emily's sampler that day. I will keep my Sabbath day stitching on those Sundays in May, and then I'll just add something small to it. Maybe I'll do my prairie schoolers that day and just work on the hour that it takes me just about to outline. So those are my plans, but I'm going to get into those next week. And talking about next week, y'all, I lost my shoe under the desk. Focus. I am going to the All Things Spring Retreat with Annabella's next week, and my friend Felicia I'm her +1. And Teresa the Garden Goose is going, and Tammy is going, and Brenda Weiss is going, and my friend Pam Brown is going. Yeah, I don't know if Lansing, Michigan can handle all of us. I don't think they're ready for this jelly. I don't even know what that means, people. What is the jelly? If it's something bad, somebody just text me so I won't ever say it again. Good gosh, what have I said? What have I done? Am I going to get censored? I don't know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So I am leaving next Wednesday. So I am going to tape my floss tube for next week on Tuesday. Which brings me to another topic. I am going to move my floss tube days to Tuesdays. I've been thinking about it for a while. My weeks always start out relatively calm and then go crazy. And so Thursdays get really hectic and it's hard. So I want to try moving my date to Tuesdays. I originally started filming on Thursdays because I started my floss tube on my birthday. And my birthday in 2022 fell on a Thursday. Wasn't anything magical other than it was my birthday date. But I do have retreats coming up. So I've got the All Things Spring Retreat next week. And then I think it's the third week in May. I have a retreat that is put on by Anna Williamson of the Sunshine State Stitchers. And it is in Cocoa Beach. And Liz Matthews and her mom, Kathy Barrick, are going to be the guest designers. So I will be gone in May for that. And then the second weekend in June, I got into StitchCon. Weekend B. I found out just before I left for Utah. So I will be at Weekend B. I just saw today that Dina, the Disorderly Stitcher, is going to be there. I finally get to hug and squeeze and love on Missy and Kathy. 2 needles pulling thread. So I'm just like over the moon. The Disorderly Stitcher, Nancy, and I are going to meet for the first time as well. And yeah, no good can come of that because she buys a lot of stuff too. But I didn't say I wasn't buying. I said I was going to try. So I don't have to set my panties on fire. So I am going to move to Tuesdays. There's that. I have gotten the sweetest Happy Meal lately. And I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. So I'm going to pause a second and gather up all of my Happy Meal and compose myself to show you the things that you guys have sent me. Let's hope I can get through all of this without crying, because y'all know I'm silly about stuff like that. So I have mentioned the Lone Star Stitchers, and Molly got to go to a stitching retreat a few weeks ago, and she got to meet Michelle, one of the two of the Lone Star Stitchers. And Michelle had made these beautiful gifts for the table. And, well, y'all, I'm weak and I'm human, and I coveted it. And so Michelle sent me. I know Molly and Kathy have shown it, but look at that. Look at that. Is that not the... It is so delicate and so beautiful. And Michelle sent this to me. And that wasn't all. She sent me this. And it sits over here now. It has a place on my shelf of sweet goodies. And even though I could stare at this all day, I have it up here as well. So I don't want anything to happen to it. And then her partner in their floss tubes, Christine, she made me a zipper pull. This beautiful, beautiful zipper pull. And this came Saturday, and I left Sunday for Utah. And I immediately put it, this is my bag that keeps my Sabbath stitching. So, Christine, your zipper pull is on my Sabbath day stitching bag. And it went with me to Utah. And then they also sent me a beautiful card and with these beautiful stickers. And this wasn't all of the stickers, but I couldn't wait. And I already put a whole bunch of them in my planner. And this was just the gorgeous card that they sent me. So thank you, Michelle and Christine, the Lone Star Stitchers. Y'all did not have to do all of that. But I am so touched and so blessed. And I just smile every day when I look at it. And then Cynthia Fuller, she had these floss straps made of some of her stitching. And she sent me this beautiful card. And you know I love my floss tags because I love to do the floss drops. So she sent me these. And I am going to use it. I've already got my next Sabbath day stitch planned. And so I am going to use those on that. So thank you very much. And then Leah Richardson, I had sent her a needle minder. And she sent me, she is one of my Fanciful Flamingos. She is in my Facebook group, and she won a needle minder that I had put out there if anybody wanted. And she sent me this beautiful thank you card. So thank you back. I know, y'all, my cup runneth over. And then if y'all saw the pictures, and I'm going to post them on here, I got to meet my sweet, sweet friend, Emily Call, Salt and Pepper Stitching last week. She was down in St. George for a retreat and stopped by the shop. And I got to meet her and hug her neck. And she made me, look at that flamingo. And look at these fancy gold polka dots, because you know I'm fanciful. And look at this. And it has a pocket. Y'all, those piddly little needle books that I am taking to the retreat with me, y'all, bless y'all's hearts. I feel sorry for y'all. They're going to get them at my table. Y'all don't throw them in the trash until I leave. But she made me this. And I'm going to take it with me with my needles next week. Y'all, I had it here a second ago. See what I mean? This place is possessed. Golly dang. I've already lost it and I just set it down. And then Tracy, OG Stitchery, had contacted a couple of us to do a bag exchange. And I was like, yes, please. And then I did an epic fail because then I left. So I have her bag. I just have to send her bag. But when I came back, this was waiting on me from Tracy, OG Stitchery. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? And look at this. Look at the zipper pull she made. I'm just going to tell you right now, mine's not going to be that nice. You could throw it away and you don't have to let me know. And then, dear sweet Natty, who I got to stay with last week and stitch with last week, gifted me this on my last day. And, y'all, I just want to have it with me all the time. I think I'm going to put it on my purse instead of a project bag because I just love it. And it makes me think of her. So, thank you all again for the sweet gifts. I mean, yeah, nobody has to ever buy me anything. I just love your comments. I love the time that you take to send me little notes that you're thinking of me or praying for me or checking on me. Or just coming and listening to me run my mouth. So, thank you. Because I am really, really blessed by having each and every one of you in my life. Y'all are just an amazing group of people. So thank you. So, y'all know I got home. When don't I? I wasn't even here and I ordered Como Stitches bags, and I got more coming. So I've got this one. And this is gonna hold my Raindrop Kisses Sal with Mrs. Jones stitches. Mrs. Jones can stitch, sorry. So I already know what's going in that one. And then I bought this one. Y'all know I'm a fool for her zippers. But I just love her combinations, and I love this, and I love flowers. So I gotta see what I'm gonna pull to stitch on. Oh, I know what's going in this. Golly dang, I already know what's going in this one too. Hold that thought on that one. It's the best part. So I am in Utah at Primrose Cottage, in case y'all didn't know. And my husband FaceTimes me one night, and he's like, why are you there if you're getting a package delivered here? I don't know. Except that there was an invoice. Can y'all not send invoices in my packages? That's not just Primrose, that's everybody. I'd really appreciate it if y'all would just leave the invoices out. But y'all know I'm a fool for their bundles. So I got, this is the Summer Days Fat Quarter bundle, and they still have some of these. So I've got that one. And then I got the Pink and Black bundle by Country Rose. And I just don't want to take them out of the bag, because if y'all saw this place, y'all would understand why. And then I've bought every bee bundle that Primrose Cottage has put out. Every one. This is my third fabric bee bundle, and I have a trim bundle that I'm staring at now. What? I need it all. I mean, you can't stitch without having finishing pieces, and they're I mean, come on. Come on. And then I bought a fat half of Michael 20 count Lugana from Grace Notes Fabric. And I'm going to tell you why. You're going to laugh. This is their Fabric of the Month Club. And I didn't sign up for the Fabric of the Month Club once. I signed up for the same club twice. I didn't think my first one had gone through, so I did it again. And then I got a confirmation for both. And I was like, divine intervention. Y'all know I believe in signs. And I felt like God was talking to me and telling me that a fat quarter wasn't going to be enough every month, and that I needed a fat half. So I didn't email them back and correct it. So I have a fat half of Michael, and it's beautiful, and I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm not a bit sorry for it. Unless my husband sees it. Look at that. I know my lighting in here is not the best. Well, the lighting is awesome because it's task lighting, but it does wash out. There, that's a little bit better. So I will be getting a fat half every month of Grace Notes. And again, not one iota of sorry in my body for that oopsie. And then while I was at Primrose, they are starting to carry charts from just about every designer you can think of. They don't carry just Primrose Cottage designs anymore. And I was helping stock shelves with patterns. I don't know who would put me in charge of that. So y'all know that I did the Bee Quaker from Needle Art by Wendy from the Heart. And I apologize, I haven't taken these out of the bag. But I had to have it. It has a house, it has an alphabet, it has flowers, it has birds. I don't need to explain. And then Sweetwater Stitcher Jess and Lauren, the Vintage Stitcher. And I'm so sorry because I think her name is Kim. There's a third stitcher, and I'm very sorry that I don't know your name. But they are doing the salt boxes, the Plum Street Sampler salt boxes. And so I bought the summer salt boxes. And I bought the winter salt boxes. And I'm going to buy the spring and fall. I'm sorry about the Claire. But honestly, if I take these out of the bag, we'll never know where they go. And I really wasn't going to do these. I really wasn't. And then I was stitching with Nettie and Emily and Katie and Lindsay and Emily. Need I say more? I don't know why I wasn't going to do them. But now I'm doing them. So I'm doing float. Float, 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 float. And just because I was stocking the Plum Street sampler patterns, I bought Always Remember. I did. Because I don't have enough houses to do. I can hear some of y'all already screaming at me. I have said I would not do this one because of the house. And I have been adamant because a lot of my friends are stitching this out. And I have held out. But then I bought this I know. And I started stitching it. And so I have bought This Is the Day. Y'all can start yelling. I deserve it. Because I said I would never, ever, 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 ever stitch that house. There goes my last pair of bloomers on fire. Just up in flames. I think I need to check the batteries in my smoke detectors because I have really lit a bunch of panties on fire this last month and the smoke detectors haven't gone off yet. And those are some big old panties. Bought it. And then Christy, Java Girl Stitches, is doing a fruit salad sal. And I've been wanting to do that one. And so I've been wanting to do a strawberry from Erica Michaels. And I have several. I know. But I also like tomatoes. And tomatoes are a fruit because they have a seed. So, wha-bam. And wha-bam again. I'm doing a strawberry of a tomato for a fruit salad sal. Woo! I know. I could just die. I probably have some other fruit patterns, but I can't find them right now. And then, y'all, I think I have a few from Tra-La-La. But she is just, whoa. So, Nettie is stitching this one. And I had to have it. And Missy, I know it has mice, but I love mice. Gus, Gus, and Jacques, Cinderella. How can you not like mice? They do household chores and they make you ball gowns. And then Katie's done the Tra-La-La one that she showed that she made into the pillow. And I tried to take that pillow several times. I didn't. But I'm going to stitch it. So, and then, look what she has designed. An Alice in Wonderland chart. And y'all know? Y'all know? So, this is part of my mania plans. And this is going to be my stitch, not for my birthday, but I am going to stitch this on the 22nd of the month, which is my birthday date. We don't need to discuss the year. The only thing that is important here is that I was born, maybe possibly, but I'm not quite sure, on the 22nd of September. And there's a story behind that, but we're going to let it go for now. So, that. I may have bought more, but I don't think y'all could handle the rest of it. And quite honestly, we don't need to do like a Gone with the Wind segment of flosstube that's like 3 hours long with an intermission and all of that foolishness, do we? No, we do not. So, I think I've done okay for not having my notes this week, but I don't know. I've probably forgotten something. No, I'm wearing a bra, so I didn't forget that. There are days, people. There are So next week, what I want to talk about is my plans for Mania, or what I think are going to be the plans that I probably won't stick to, but I'm going to tell you about them anyway. Plans for Mania for May. I do want to tell y'all something, just because I have traveled twice now and stitched, and I'm going to be traveling more. And if you have to travel, especially on a plane, I get on the plane in Vegas and I sit down, and this lady from Australia is on the aisle across from me. And I have my headphones on because they were transporting a puppy who screamed for the whole 5 hours, so I was trying to drown him out. But she tapped on my shoulder, and I took my earphones off, and she was like, and I'm cross-stitching, and she's like, "Are you a cross-stitcher?" I said, "Yes." And she said, "So am I." She said, "I didn't know we could bring needles on planes." And I said, "Well, you can bring a needle, and you can bring a scissor that's less than 4 inches long." And she shook her husband awake, and I apologized to him profusely for that, and told him that she would be stitching the entire time back across the Pacific. And he actually said to her, "If you will leave me alone and let me sleep, you can do whatever you want." I was like, they might not be going back together across the Pacific, but she's going to stitch. But on that note, what I have found is that monochromatic stitching, and a lot of you may know this, is the best thing for airplane travel and travel in general, because you don't have to think about color changes. You're just stitching one color. So when you're done with one letter and you're wondering what to do next, pick the same floss and keep going. So that's why I worked a lot on these two while I traveled. I will say that fill-in is the next best thing. And so that is why I had this, I know. And like I said, I had every intention of filling in more, but I did get a lot done. But if you are going to be traveling, look at starting something that you can do an outline, so you're just filling in on the flight, or something monochromatic. The other thing that I do is I put a needle, and I usually don't stick my needle in my projects, in my project bag, but I put a needle and a little pair of scissors in every project bag that I take with me, and a hoop, because now that I'm stitching on softer fabrics and overdyed fabrics and a little bit higher count fabrics, I like to use a hoop. So I put a hoop, a needle, and a little pair of scissors in every project that I take with me. So that way I'm not having to go through a bag and search for the needles or anything else. It's all right there in whatever project bag that I want to take. And I do take several with me, but I usually leave them in the bag, and then when I go to sit, I have one project bag with whatever I'm going to work on for that part of the trip. But I just wanted to give, I mean, I'm sure most of y'all know that I have just started traveling with my stitching. So those are some things that I have learned along the way in these couple trips that I have taken. So with that, I have missed you guys. Thank you for the messages. But I did absolutely enjoy my second trip to Utah, and it won't be my last. St. George is now my home away from home. I am so happy to be back with my family, who once again showed me how much I am needed. Y'all, this house almost needed to be condemned when I came home. But thank you to my family for showing me how much I am still needed around here. But I also miss my family very, very, very much. And I have been so blessed to have extended my family this year with my friends. So I will see y'all Tuesday. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. God bless you all. Bye.